had a show or anything like that, man, it'd be a caravan of cars going to that shit. You know what I mean? The whole front 3 rows is us, man.
Yeah.
So that's how we did it, man. It was nice. I gotta say that was the best time of my musical life. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of crazy things. I don't know if you even noticed. Like I said, Hannah Lane and all them. Mm-hmm. That Black Russian, they did a song with DJ Cool. I know you know who DJ Cool is. For you guys who don't know, Let Me Clear My Throat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did a song with him called "Back Up Out My Way." They did it right in Norfolk. We were all there. We were there for the video shoot. I lost my job because of that video shoot. Shit you not. I lost my job because of that motherfucking video shoot.
You know you remember that.
Yeah, I was out all night. Tri-City said, man, you can't call out today. I said, man, you don't want me to drive that truck?
Right.
Oh, shit, man. I was up all night. Eyes red, red.
Wow. So, look, like, so far as hip-hop go for you, when was like your first experience with hip hop that made you drawn to the music?
That made me drawn into making music, or just being drawn to it?
Just being drawn to it, and then we'll get into making music.
I guess when I was single digit age, man. There used to be breakdancing groups battling, right? And we stayed on Dolores Crescent. You know, Penrith Lane was the next street over, right?
Yeah.
And our little area had formed a group called the Electric Shock Breakers. I'll never forget this shit. Back in the 80s, bro. I'm like single digit age now, you know what I'm saying? Like the young peewees out there, right? You know, it's high schoolers in this group. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's back at CBS Boys and all this. This is pre-So Suave days, you know, for those people who don't know who them are, you know. But I'm taking it back, bro. But I just remember the music, man. I mean, the Roxanne battles and all that shit, back then, Roxanne, Shantae, UTFO, all that crazy, that shit just drew me in, man.
Right.
And I mean, it was, of course, we were battling, breakdancing and shit, but it was just the beats, man. And I think my favorite beat back then was Herbie Hancock's Rocket, the remix jump. I don't know if people know about that, but if you were breaking, man, that jump is like, I don't know how long that record is. But it gave y'all enough time to do all your shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you needed, right? But and it was all instrumental, you know, there was no words to that shit. So it was, that was the shit, man. And that's what we rocked to, man. And that drew me in. But for me, when it came to when did I actually start making music and felt like I wanted to start making music and felt like I needed to write a rhyme was 103 used to be called the radio station 103. Right. It used to be called Wowee 103 back then.
Wowee 103. Yeah.
They used to have these, you know, the calling contests, the high 88H like that, right? You know, I call in. You know, it's always busy every time you call in. I remember, I'm young. I'm like, I think I was 12, something like this, right? I call in because it's 87. This is 87 now. I call in. Oh shit, it's ringing. I got all the songs written down. The 888, I got them written down. I know. Now you gotta understand this ain't cell phone days, so you know you on it. You know when you're on there, you're on the line, right? And if it's busy, it's busy. You're just hanging up, right? You know. But it rang the time I called. It actually rang, bro, and it's ringing and it's ringing and it's ringing, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I know, and the DJ answers the line.
Wow.
I'm like 12 years old, bro. I'm shaking, right? I'm shaking, and he said, hey, you know, he goes through all this shit, you know, telling me, and then he said, can you name the song? And I'm go from 8 to 1, right? I name it. He said, you won, you know, all that shit. And so, okay, I'm going through all that. We hang up. The prize was you get to come down to 103 and pick out any 2 records that you want out of the vault. Oh, shit. My parents got to take me down there because I'm under 18. You know, so they drive me down there, let me sign the paper and all that shit. So I go down there and I pick up the LL album, but I'm bad, of course. I picked that shit. And I picked up Paid in Full.
Oh, man. You picked up 2 classics.
I picked out those 2 albums,
2
man.
classics,
and let me
bro.
tell you something, son. I played the hell out that LL, but when I played that motherfucking Rakim, Caribbean Rakim Paid in Full album, man, I played that shit non-stop. Non-stop.
Yeah, bro. Damn.
I immediately wrote my first rhyme after that. Hear that album. Wow. And I never stopped after that. First, I wrote to because that album had some instrumentals on it. Mm-hmm. So I wrote some beats on it. You know, I think it was like 2 or 3 instrumentals on that album. Yeah. And I wrote to them. I said, shit, man, that's cool, but I need to make my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I wanna make my own stuff to write to. 12, 13 years. This is 87, you know. Mm-hmm. There's no real equipment around. Nobody's making beats. Nobody's doing this shit around the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how do I even start? How do I even go about doing this? I looked in used to get those big catalogs back in the day. It was like Sears catalogs and shit like that. It'd be like telephone book thick. You know what I'm saying? And they had this thing that had some drumsticks and 4 pads on it. And some buttons on it. It was like a drum sequencing thing, whatever. You know, and nobody knew what the fuck it was back then, right? My mom bought that shit for me. And I made my first beats with that and a little keyboard for like, I say about a few months until some new people that moved on Penrith Lane, a gentleman by the name of Stanley Clark. I don't know if you know who that is. Stanley Clark, So Suave and them. Big R&B group back in the day.
I heard of them.
Yeah, they were
so
they were the shit back then.
Yeah, okay.
They were the shit. And I mean, they were about to get on. You know, it was another group, a white group called Sudden Impact. You know,
Sudden Impact. Yeah, I've heard
Bivens was producing music for them. You know what I'm saying? Michael Bivens was producing music for these guys. They're out of Newport News. You know what I mean? We're tripping off this shit. But Stanley Clark had this long ass, looked like this phone, maybe about a little bit longer like that. And it had some pads on. It was a fucking drum machine in a case. And he said, hey, it was called a Dr. Rhythm. I'll never forget it. I put a picture on Instagram of that shit. I came across it on the internet, and I had to post it because it took me right back to that moment when my man had lent me that job. He said, hey, go home and try to make some music with that. This was a real piece of professional equipment back then. You know what I'm saying? I had that little shit out to see his catalog, and he had gave me that. It was like, yo, I know you messing around and shit. And I'm like, I ain't really messing around, but you know, but he had gave me that.
Right.
He didn't give it to me, he just let me hold it. And I ended up holding it for like months. He ain't even come back really to ask for it, you know. You know. He's a Tim Bird and all them. He knows all them. I don't know if you know about him either, man. Big time producers. Well, not big time, but I mean back then that was the only people doing this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody was doing. Now everybody's making music. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Everybody.
Yes. Yes. It's saturated.
Yeah, man.
Definitely saturated.
My fault. I was long-winded with that story, but
no, you good, bro. Cause you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff for real. Like you know, of course, doing the interview with you, I want people to know about the music part or what have you, well, you know, and other aspects that we're talking about, you know, but it's a lot of things that I'm learning myself. You see what I'm saying? Because I haven't sat down and talked to you about none of this stuff.
Bringing it up because I
ain't
really thought, I haven't really went down memory lane like this before. You already brought me back with that song that you were talking about with the Earth, Wind, and Fire. I totally forgot about that. And that kind of triggered some more memories, and more memories came out, you know.
I remember that. That was, I never forget that joint. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that was like one of the hottest songs I had done. You know, and the beat, I was like, damn, you know, it wasn't even a whole lot to the beat, but what you did was sampled it, and then you know what I'm saying, you put something behind it, and it wasn't even a whole bunch of like, you know, keyboards and all that, you know, it was just real simple, like
let the
some real
shine.
street,
let the
simple joint.
rhyme shine, yeah.
So yeah, man, but yeah, fast forward, man, like. Everybody know, you know, if they know who you are, they know you dealing with the music. So you still, well, by the way, are you still making beats?
I'm still making beats, man. I'm
still making beats. Still making beats. Because I ain't know if you like T. You know, he do, this what T do. T say, this my last one, I ain't doing it no more. this the last one. But he'll come out with a CD next year, you know. So I don't be listening to that shit because I'm just
with the ghost face,
like,
right?
I'm just like, yo, you got it in you. You gonna do it.
I'm out.
You know, yeah, man. But yeah, so you still making beats?
I'm still making them because I don't know what else to do, man. Shit, you know, I work from home, so and it's just I do understand where TJ is coming from because I can't say this about me. I've went weeks without making music. I've went months without making music, and I've went years without making music.
Right.
I think the last time I made music before this last little stretch that I've been doing lately, was probably about 3 years ago. You know, I took that. You know, I just when sometimes I get in that manic state and I'm making 5 beats a day, you know.
Right.
And then I get to the point where I don't even want to cut the equipment on, you know, and that, like I said, that thing could last 3 weeks, could last 3 months, could last 3 years. It's happened to me. I can't explain it, bro. But when I'm in that moment, I have to ride it.
Right.
I have to because I don't know.
You're gonna be there again.
When I get to that, you know, when I'm done with it again, if I'm even gonna pick it up again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So it's almost like you go hard with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I'm in the pocket right now. I've been making music now for probably about a good 6 months or so. I've been back making music. So yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's good business right there. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna touch on something else so everybody know. You know, we talking about making beats, but don't get it confused. The boy is nice on the mic. I just want everybody to know.
Shit.
Don't, you know what I'm saying? You know, all of those people we talked about, all those people that we named, you know, Koki, Gui, you know, Top, you know, Sonny Aqua for those who don't know, you know what I'm saying? Dave, I don't know what his vibe, you know, that's my resource. That's but that's my man's Dave. I know him from back in the day. I told Dave last time when I seen him, Dave, I was like, I said, yo, I knew you from walking down the street about to get in a fight with Raymond, and we just started laughing. You know what I'm saying? Because he know that was way back in the day. Yeah. You know what I mean? But all of these boys got fired. But we talking about Bram right now.
Come on, man.
Bram got some spit game now. Like Bram, I'm telling you, Bram is the type that he'll spit on you. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't know that you like, damn, that's him spitting that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll fool you. Like, right? Like, we'll give it away. Like, right now, you can't see what's going on. But, dude, he got a dope-ass Adidas Adidas sweatsuit on, talking about from back in the day. You know what I mean? Like he got it all down pat. Like he ain't playing no games, so he ready.